What's Baylan Skoll up to now? Just how powerful is Ezra? And most importantly, where the heck is Zeb? These are big questions, and Ahsoka's latest episode holds the answers. Episode 7 of Ahsoka finally reunites Ahsoka Tano with Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger on Peridia, but the circumstances are far from ideal. The Jedi's quest to assist her allies in their fight against Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati has allowed Grand Admiral Thrawn to escape the planet and return to the known galaxy. Clearly, our heroes are facing an uphill battle. The latest installment of the Disney Plus series also includes some telling moments of dialogue, adding more depth to certain characters and addressing the fates of others. So, what might you have missed?
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Ahsoka reunites most of the surviving members of the Ghost crew from Star Wars Rebels, but the current whereabouts of Zeb was, until now, a mystery. However, this question is answered when a conversation between Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger reveals that he's currently training the next generation of fighters for the New Republic.
There's a New Republic, Zeb's training recruits, and Hera's commanding fleet.
While there are many Star Wars fans out there who want to see him join up with his old comrades again, it's good to know that he's keeping busy. Of course, Zeb's current role in the galaxy far, far away was hinted at in The Mandalorian, as he makes an appearance in that show's 3rd season. While this is basically a throwaway scene in the grand scheme of things, it suggests that Zeb will have a bigger role to play in Disney Plus's live-action Star Wars output in the near future. With a war between the New Republic and Grand Admiral Thrawn seemingly on the horizon, Ahsoka and the gang will need all of the allies they can find. Zeb's piloting and combat skills will no doubt be extremely useful to their mission. Fans will agree, of course, that Zeb's comeback can't come soon enough. And there's Baylan Skoll. Baylan, or at least Dave Filoni, is clearly a scholar of Earthling history, as Ahsoka's first season has seen him repeatedly reference quotes from real-life historical figures. For example, Episode 4 sees him pay homage to Pablo Picasso when he proclaims that,
"One must destroy in order to create."
This quote essentially paraphrases the great artist's mantra that every act of creation begins with an act of destruction. And it really makes you wonder what Baylan's grand plan is really about. Episode 7, meanwhile, sees Baylan directly quote King Louis XIV when he tells Shin Hati that,
"Impatience for victory will guarantee defeat."
Given that the 17th century French monarch enjoyed a 72-year reign on the throne, it's safe to say that he learned a thing or two about playing the long game. This is wise advice to give to an ambitious warrior who craves power in her own right, and it says a lot about Baylan's mindset heading into the upcoming war. But what do these historical quotes mean for the former Jedi? For one thing, they clearly show that he's willing to be patient before initiating a secret master plan. We already know that Baylan wants Thrawn to start a war, presumably so he can rebuild the galaxy from the ashes afterward. However, his words to Shin in Episode 7 highlight the fact he doesn't expect change to happen overnight, and that he's probably harboring ulterior motives. Back on the side of the Angels, Ahsoka's 7th episode displays Ezra Bridger's new status as a full-on Force ninja, one who doesn't need lightsabers or blasters to help him win a fight. In the fight against Shin and her minions, he tells Sabine,
No, the Force is my ally. That's all I need.
After this, he defeats their foes using both the Force and some good old-fashioned brawling. What's more, Ezra manages to block one of Shin's lightsaber attacks with his mind, which is a rare accomplishment even for the most skilled Force wielders. That said, Ezra isn't the first person to pull it off. Darth Vader does the same to Reva in Obi-Wan Kenobi when she tries to attack him from behind with her own lightsaber. Kylo Ren and Rey also mastered a trick in The Rise of Skywalker. This moment essentially confirms that Ezra has mastered the ways of the Force, and that he's nearly as formidable as some of the most powerful beings in the galaxy.